Hello, people. This is DUA72, and I got information that SrgtWilliepete's account has been suspended. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of backlash from black women on YouTube and maybe the J Rider 4 account. But I'm just gonna stick my neck out there, and and they will just have to, I don't know, try to chop it off or whatever. But I'm gonna get my opinion out because his account and the things that he said was not only what black men have been saying for years behind locker rooms, but I seen some men that said the same thing he does, but when they get around a bunch of women, they change their whole tone. This is what we say in locker rooms and cafeterias, workplaces, and a whole bunch of things. It's the same stuff part of some people in my family talk about. I didn't really see anything what was wrong with his channel. It's just that most of the time that he got his attention because of him criticizing black women and got the most spark, or ignited the flames, and he was popular for criticizing black women. Some of the people that was on the bandwagon, of course, but the thing that I'm talking about is that he did not only talk about black women, he talked about black men as well, and part of hip hop and the media influencing negative, destructive behavior on men and women. But most of the time, the women never have been addressed as much, at least as much as he thought. So, does he have the right to express his opinions the way he sees fit? I think, I think so, because the reason why YouTube is out in the first place, yes, it was made by 3 people and it became a big, impactful entity. I compare it to MTV when MTV came out with a music video channel. And the music video channel, at the time, people were like, who's going to watch a music video channel? That's dumb. But now, people are calling this the MTV generation because it has so much of an impact on popular culture. And I see the same with YouTube today in the 21st century with MySpace and Facebook. This is going to be an entity that's going to be around for 30, 40 years from now. But besides all that, when YouTube, most of YouTube at the time in during this first year since its fruition, a lot of times they would just show violence in the street, fights, motorcycle accidents, you name it, dancing and light. But they just could not show outright porn. But basically, you can do anything you want to do on YouTube, and they still do it, even when it was bought by Google. Now, people say YouTube was changing after the acquisition, after Google acquired them. But then again, you still pretty much can have the freedom to do anything that you want to do on YouTube. The only time they really suspend your account if you have some copyrighted material, or you infringe on a copyright law. Now, if you have pornographic material, they're just not going to let it up. But if certain videos are questionable, they will flag it. I was maybe a year or so ago. If anyone knows this lady named Tanya TKO. No, she's a very voluptuous black lady with a nice channel. Y'all should check it out. When she sat down in a chair, she was nude, but her arms was covering her nipples. But you saw her whole skin. She crossed her legs, so you didn't see any frontal nudity or none of her genitalia. But they flagged her for it, and she made a rant about, you try to flag me about, and the video was about loving her body, but then again, you're going to have thousands and thousands of videos of women underage, mind you, that's shaking their butts into the camera with booty shorts and thongs and anything else. I mean, you can see it all day. You just type in, she got a thong or booty meat or black girl shaking, booty shaking or whatever. And what's the consistency is that? I'm really jumping on the hypocrisy of YouTube. Now, Jay Ryder is right when he says that though YouTube is a private website, but it's in the public domain, but still a private website. The YouTube police judge of who has an account or who has their videos up. But they do what they want to do. But the problem is that they do not have any credibility. If it's been a no holds barred since YouTube has started, and they was allowing other things on the site, and some of the most graphic material, just like other sites now, like Matter Cafe and any other grunge type site, in which you can see a lot of risque or outright action or violence. You're going to try to suspend this man's account and other people's account that had gotten suspended, and it's nowhere near worse than the stuff that they have out now, because you got like 11, 12, and 13-year-old boys in the camera cussing. You know what I'm saying? And they have more rights than the people that's working on primetime TV. But you have kids all the time. People cussing each other out on YouTube. People showing gang fights and men slapping women upside the head. Drug addicts busting windows in the car, things like that. But now they're going to try to have a more high horse on certain accounts. Come on now. But the thing is that YouTube, like I said, YouTube has no credibility. And the reasons why he got people riled up was because some of these issues weren't addressed. And he was a master of causing people to get riled up for some reason. And the reason why, because his videos criticizing black women had the most attention. So he kept on doing that. He kept going on and on. I think he did it sometimes to get that was his outlet, his entertainment. Now, I'll be the first to admit, the guy was a mental case. But was he entertaining? Yes. Could he use some better tactics? Of course he could. But I think that he should have the right to express himself the way he sees fit. Now, if it's propaganda or if it's free speech, I mean, that's debatable. But propaganda, to me, is a part of free speech. Propaganda is a promotion of ideas, to influence people. Isn't that the same thing Fox News and CNN sometimes do? I mean, think about that.